Hello and welcome back to another video. We're pointing out drongos on YouTube. Let's do it. You're wondering why it's a bit of an odd introduction to this video. It's because in a sort of Canadian gamer style way, I'm giving a shout out to my good old buddy, real rural Japan. Oh dear, this guy. I used to enjoy his videos. I'll get to the crux of what the point is, but basically the kind of videos he puts out. He's an Australian guy who moved to Japan about 5 years ago, I think. Runs a cafe or some sort of restaurant in the back of beyond somewhere. Somewhere. I mean, I want to go to Japan. That's why I've been looking up a lot of stuff on YouTube for Japan, and I'd go to Tokyo really first trip. Not wherever this guy is. He's miles and miles away. If someone likes the rural land area, fine. Looks very nice. Obviously, with all the see that one. It's got all the what do you call them, mountains in the background. They look great. But I wouldn't want to. How can I put this? I wouldn't want to just. Yeah, I couldn't live there full time. Just with everything, it'd just be completely dead. It'd absolutely do my head in. But yeah, horses for courses. So I used to watch this guy's videos. Now there's a guy. I'm not going to play any of the video. It's a certain foreigners are just destroying Japan. The most important visa news you'll hear this year. So he has. He's done a number of videos about something called the startup visa. So if you wanted to go and live in Japan, for example, you'd have to. Well, you can't just go over and live in Japan. For a start, they don't want just anyone. You've either got to be working, or you've got to be married to someone who's a Japanese national, or you're going to be studying there. I'm going to say a bit too old to be studying, but I'll be a student. But there are people my advanced years who are studying in Japan. Trouble, I don't know whether you can work at the same time, but I don't know. I think if I started trying to learn stuff at my age, it just wouldn't be. It wouldn't be going in so readily, and it would cost a fortune for all the studying. So I think I'll give that one a miss. You can always try and study Japanese language as you go, I guess. I don't know how I'd learn it all or any, but yeah, you give it a go. That's the whole point. So anyway, one thing they have in Japan is something called akayas, or akayas. Let's call the whole thing off. A-K-I-Y-A. A-K-I-Y-A. Akaya. And basically run down abandoned houses, which people, someone who they've had it and they've not lived in there for years, and now it's in an absolute state, and nobody wants to live there. And you can't, the house just depreciates. They don't seem particularly strongly built. I mean, nowadays they have more robust standards because it's a bit of a seismic country, so you have earthquakes from time to time, even just tremors at times. So you have a house that's built many decades ago. You can have another. Sadly, you can have another earthquake that comes along and just flattens it, and then you've got a problem. So these houses are pretty cheap. I've seen in some cases it's just the land that it goes off land value. But I've seen cases where people have bought them for 25 grand, say, and then spent maybe the same again or a bit more doing it up, and it end up with an absolutely gorgeous house. And but this guy's problem, a lot of people will then just live in them. This guy's problem is people who are going over there, renovating them, and then sort of doing an Airbnb thing. That's his problem. He's moaning that you're not giving the country what it needs. For someone who's never even. I mean, I wouldn't. I'm from England. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't even start telling anyone from England what to do with their lives. It's entirely up to them what they want to do. But I certainly wouldn't go to Japan or any other country telling them what they should do with their lives and how they should live their life. This guy goes from Australia to Japan and starts telling everyone what to do. Yeah, and it's basically, if you don't fit in with the way I do things, kind of thing, I don't want to know. That's what he's like. And I'll get to the comments in a bit that I've put on the video. But this guy's just such a bossy thing. And there was a comment somewhere in the video, because I just listened to it all the way through. A comment where he said something about what did he say? Someone called him a name. I can't remember what the name was. It sounded like probably something anti-Australian. And then I blocked them. Blah blah blah. Okay, if they're going to be rude, fine. I get that. But yeah, this guy's obviously got one on him. So let's go down to the comment that I left for him. So yeah, so he's moaning about people, going over and doing, before it comes to that, doing an Airbnb kind of thing. I mean, pardon me, Windy Pops. If someone wants to go and do that, and if that's what's available, what's wrong with doing that? You're making a living, you're putting money back into the economy, you're earning money, you will then spend it in Japan, what's the problem? But no, you've got to do everything his way. It's his way or the hard way. Never the twain shall meet. Don't know how his wife puts up with him, or his cats. But anyway, so do it all my way. Yeah, I tell everyone what to do. If you don't do it my way, then get bent. Is basically his attitude. And there's other people. I won't click on the video again, but I've not watched this particular one. I watched quite a few of this guy's videos. Shu Matsuo post. So the guy's name is Shu, and he does a lot of house renovation videos. And this is something else. That's something that this guy's moaning about. This Royal Japan guy. Don't know what his name is, but he's moaning that people like this chap, who's a Japanese national. So he's moaning about, he's in Japan, moaning about people from Japan, and he's moaning that he's sort of making videos about how to renovate a house and then go and live in it abroad in Japan, and how it's such a problem. Well, if the house is in such a state, it's better to be renovated and used and so on than not and just be a shack, whether a love shack or any other kind of shack. A Love Shack baby. So, and I've been watching him for quite some time. So I said, I hear what you're saying. I watch a lot of your videos, but unless things are different in the UK, it's a free country for people to pursue their dream. So if the opportunity is there for them to renovate Akayas, let's call the whole thing off and rent them out, then that's better than letting them rot. As for the strain on local services, if the houses still have people living in them, then those services will be used already. So he just said that if everyone starts using all the buying up and renovating houses and living there, then the services will be at breaking point. But if you didn't like people using up services in Japan, why don't you bloody stay in Australia then? Moaning Minnie. But I said everyone is entitled to their own opinion, and you have a right to yours. But for each of us, it's just an opinion. He then, for some reason, he just copies my entire post. Well, the entire first line. Could have just said Ray first line. Working class areas are their biggest targets and are driving up rents. They are not buying places we're going to rot. You can't be this naive. Nice. I said, I'm not naive, and that's rude to say. An Akaya is a rundown building. If that's what they're renovating, which I've seen on YouTube, as I say with that, where's he gone now? The chat from before, there we are. If that's what they're renovating, then that was the place that was left to rot. He says an Akaya is an empty house, not an abandoned house. Well, they all look pretty fucking abandoned to me. And that's what I've seen people refer to them as, Akayas. Just places that are just a wood fire waiting to happen. Because most of them are just made of wood. It's like the whole I don't know, three wolves thing, but the Little Red Riding Hood. I'll huff and I'll bluff and I'll blow your house down, and it's made of wood. There we go, and your house falls down. Anyway, okay, it was an empty house, not an abandoned house. But yeah, so these people have renovated abandoned houses, and apparently you can't just. Sometimes they're saying that some houses are rebuildable, and that means you can rebuild it. What you can't do in some cases is completely demolish it. For some reason, that then makes, because they said they go off land value. For some reason, if you completely demolish it in order to start again, which is the kind of thing that would happen in the UK, if something's a bit of a shithole, they would just say it's easier, more structurally safe to get rid of it, start again on the patch of land, and build something strong. But apparently, it then makes the value of the value of the land that you have to pay for it about 6 times the price, which is a bit of a mad system. But everything's different from one country to the next, so you have to sort of make do with what you've got and sort of really restructure it properly. He's calling them that's what these parasites are buying. Parasites. So he basically doesn't like anyone who's gone from another country to Japan, which should include himself. This guy's a fucking moron, isn't he? Says they're buying houses that are on the market and have more spending power than the locals and driving them out. Well, not really, because let's say if no one else is buying the house, then no one else is buying the house. Oh boy. If I hurt your feelings, get thicker skin. That's nice of him. So I said, you complained that someone criticised you, and now you're doing it to me. I'm not going to be rude and tell you to get a thicker skin. Let's get along, eh, fella? And then a couple of days later he hadn't replied. Nothing else to add? Or do you just want to be rude and call it a day? Well, I learned why he's didn't reply back to me. Let's find out the reason. And I'll just now where are we now? If we go to newest comments. So I'm about the third on this particular video. He started doing exclusive content on his Patreon. Why not become a member? Yeah, give him money just because he's a fucking asshole. No, I don't do any exclusive content. If people do want to buy me a coffee or whatever, there's links in the video description, and it's very nice when people do. But they don't have to. If they just watch my videos, please, from start to finish, then that's fine by me. It's a pretty tough cost of living crisis still out there, even though governments of the world would rather spend money on other things. So if I put it on sort by newest first, I think that was. Ooh, bit of a windy pop's coming up. Oh dear. So I'm like third comment in. Before me is Mario O'Brien, after his bit freakazoid. And he's also loved one of my comments. 2 of my comments. 3 of my comments. He's probably done that so that when you have the section of the comments that that shows outstanding comments, by hearting it, it just shows that it just basically moves it out of that area. Even though then again, because he's replied to it, it would get rid of it anyway. It would just show it's an area that just shows all your list of comments to reply to. And if you don't reply to them, they just sit there going at you saying, reply to me, and I know I fall behind. I do apologise. I will try and get to them. So obviously I'm logged into this particular browser, so I'll go into another browser and we'll see what there is to see. So I've now gone into Edge and just bring it up. So if I go newest first again, Mario O'Brien and then Bit Freakazoid. I've disappeared. So what he's done is he's hidden user from channel. So that's why it shows me. It doesn't show me there, but it still shows me there. So, for someone who says grow a thicker skin, this man has the thinnest of skins. He's an arsehole. I just wanted to put that out there. So, yeah. So, and in a lot of cases, Even when I was enjoying some of his videos, I'm not going to bloody watch them again, that's for sure. Even when I was watching them, a load of them have turned into members only. And generally they're just him waffling for 20 minutes while he's driving. He should really concentrate on what he's bloody doing. So that's why he got some very uninspiring thumbnails, but that one just looks like he's watching telly. He looks a bit frightening, doesn't he? But a bit of an aspect ratio issue on that one. That's why it's all gone a bit funny. I thought it was a Bond villain. Oh yeah, he's lovely running a cafe. Oh god. I think that's something that someone's thrown up and left behind. Shows the quality of the food he serves. So yeah, so we've got 4 videos there in quick succession. Pay me money in order to watch them. I'm not charging anybody to watch them. And there's he's conned some bloke into doing videos for him. So he's only put on his channel. Yeah, just paying money to watch those. No thanks. So yeah, there's quite a few of those when you look through one there as well. Yeah, so you used to watch his videos. No more. There'll be other people doing exactly the same content. I'll go and watch those. I watched quite a few of them already anyway. I mentioned a couple of them before, but I'm not going to mention them in the same breath as this video, because I don't want the algorithm to start saying, "You slated off real rural Japan. Here's some other people to slate off." So I don't want it to the YouTube algorithm to draw that parallel. But yeah, there are people doing great Japanese videos or videos in Japan, and go and watch those instead. Anyway, what a drongo! This guy's a fucking idiot. Anyway, I will get around to an MJR video at some point. I know I'm way overdue an MJR video. I've not done a video of this guy before for a while actually, so maybe this is good to help me get into it. Oh boy. So, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I don't normally say this. Please subscribe. Oh god. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Click on the bell to do the notification thing. The bell is the notification thing. Click on the bell for the notifications. Let's try again. And breathe. What was I going to say? Yeah. Leave a comment, subscribe, click on the bell for notifications. Oh, Genesis, where are you? You're my only hope. Hang on.